Welcome back. There is a huge presence of biotech companies in the Research Triangle Park, and the Foundation Fighting Blindness has collaborated with several of them. I'm here with the Foundation's CEO and COO, Ben Yerxa and Jason Menzo. And to both of you, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Happy to be here.
Before we move on, we were talking about some of the events. I do want to, if you don't mind, if you have some specific dates, because people will get engaged if they know when to go.
Sure,
So
yeah.
what dates do you have?
So a couple of really important things that are happening in the next few weeks. Actually, tonight is the Barbecue Bash, which is an annual event that we do at the NC State Fairgrounds, and it's a great night. It's fun for all of our local volunteers and chapter folks, and anyone who's interested in coming out and learning more about the foundation. Again, it raises money for research, but we have a band that plays, we have this great whiskey punch that we serve, and it's just a fun night, spring in the Triangle. And it's a fun night. And so anyone who's interested in coming out tonight, we will sell tickets at the door. And again, you can learn more at fightingblindness.org. And then on June 1st, we have our annual Vision Walk here in the Triangle. It's the 14th annual Vision Walk here locally in Raleigh. It's at the Briar Creek Park. And again, a couple hundred people will be out raising awareness for sight-threatening diseases like retinitis pigmentosa and the like. And so we encourage folks who are interested in coming out to one of our Vision Walks to join us here at the Triangle Vision Walk.
I hope you do, guys. I really do. And of course, if you need any information, if maybe you're going through this with someone you know, what a great event to go to inform yourself. I'm going to inform myself right now. Biotech. What the heck are we talking about when we talk about biotech, guys?
You know, when we think about a biotech company, it's typically a small pharmaceutical company that's gotten some technology that came out of academia, like a research lab at NC State or UNC or Duke. And it's, you know, generally life science of something related to a disease process that's been understood. And they take that research discovery and bring it into a small lab and try to create a new medicine out of it.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of the way I think about it.
And so when we think about Research Triangle Park, there's tech companies in RTP, but there's also a lot of biotech companies. And
Sure.
you always say there's average less than 10 employees in these
Yeah,
small
there's a couple
companies, right?
hundred companies in RTP, biotech companies, but the average number of employees is less than 10.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Serious?
they're small virtual companies working on very discrete problems.
Now, obviously, you've become aware of these and have a very good relationship with some of these biotech companies. Are they the ones that are at the leading edge of what you've accomplished thus far?
Yeah, I think typically what we're really focused on is translational research, which means translating what's been discovered in academia and moving it into a company so it can go into a clinical trial. So it's typically these small biotech companies that are doing that job. So if there's someone in our area that has a new discovery that works on the eye, that's in our area, we call them up and say, hey, we want to see what you're doing, if we can support you financially or even just getting them involved with patients and understanding some of our science, then that's what we do to encourage the research.
This is probably a really silly, stupid question, but how do you know they're working on something? And why would they work on something, especially in the field where maybe there's a small number of individuals? You had mentioned a number of 200,000,
Right.
for instance. It's not 200 million.
Right.
Ultimately, there's got to be an upside to this for the biotech company as well. So how does this marriage come together?
Well, so we find them, one, because we've been in the field for 48 years,
That's
49
a good
years.
point, yes.
So we actually know all the labs we've been funding along the way, and some of them are here in the Triangle. I'm also involved with the North Carolina Biotechnology Center. I'm on the board there, and I'm involved in the committee that looks at emerging small companies that look for funding from the state as well. So we have ways of finding these companies.
And I would say that we obviously have a really strong presence locally. Ben and I both being based here, we have an office here downtown in Raleigh,
Right.
but we have offices all over the country, and our footprint of where we work in terms of collaborating with biotech is all over the world, and academia as well. It's all over the world. And I think because we've been in the field for so long that we are seen as the global leader in this type of research, that anyone who's doing work in this area typically knows that the Foundation Fighting Blindness is a good collaborator and partner in their work.
See, I think that's important for the folks to know, those who show up for the Vision Walk or anybody who's come to you for help, because this is all behind the scenes stuff that people don't normally get a chance to see. What's down the pipe down the road? I mean, I know what you've accomplished, and it's exciting, no doubt about that, but you probably know what's coming down the line, or hope you have some hope for what might be coming. What's coming?
We have a good visibility as to what's coming, and I think what we're really excited about is that a lot of the new biotechnologies that are being developed for the eye. So when you think about the eye as a starting point for new medicine, you have two eyes. You can dose one, you have a control with the other. You only need a small amount of dose, and you can put it exactly where it needs to go. And then you can actually see what happens after you put it there. So in terms of like new technologies like gene therapy, gene editing, base editing, all these kinds of things that people are starting to hear about, even in the mainstream press, CRISPR-Cas9, some people have heard of that. These are buzzwords in our industry, but when you look at who's doing the work, they're all doing it in the eye first, because that's the new proving ground.
That's amazing to me. It just really is. I asked this earlier about where we'd be maybe 20, 30 years from now. You really do believe in your heart you're going to be out of work? You think it's possible?
That's the goal.
Yeah, that is the goal.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get you unemployed. I'm sure you'll find something that seems like you're qualified.
I would say that's the least of our concerns.
Yes, I know. But
I guess the only thing I would say to that is that biotechnology and medicine in general is, and you said it earlier, it's not linear.
Right.
And so, there are the things that we can't anticipate, but I think that, as Ben has said, that the rate of progress right now is at a very, very steep curve. And there's a lot of reasons for people to be excited. And this is cutting edge stuff. This is science fiction type of stuff that we're able to do. And there's reasons for people to be optimistic, but it's not going to happen on its own. And that's why we need the energy, we need the resources, we need funding. On average, there was a report just a week ago, it takes on average $2 billion now for a new therapy from discovery to be across the finish line for approval. And so you think about how much resources it's going to take to actually accomplish what we have in front of us. And so we're not slowing down. We really, really need every ounce of energy and every dollar to help us meet our mission.
But what a life-changing event when you're successful. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you heard the stories of the young man, and there's lots of young men and women out there that could certainly benefit from this foundation. You guys are great. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
I hope all of you pour out and support them in any way you possibly can. So thank you both, and thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you have any questions or would like to know more, visit our website at raleighcw.com and myrdctv.com. I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters. We'll see you next week.